What's up, y'all? Happy Friday, everybody. Hope you guys are having a good day. If you're watching on the replay, we got the free Amazon class going down on Monday night. It's a very special Black Friday class too. Some good Black Friday sauce. Lots of fun stuff to show you guys. If you've been to one of the free trainings before, it'll be a little different. So make sure you come through if you want to see some Black Friday stuff. What up, Coda? Good to see you, man. But yeah, we're gonna dive into a bunch of some Black Friday specific stuff. Black Friday is a lot of the Black Friday sales are already ripping today. So make sure you are spending the extra hour sourcing that kind of thing this time of year. Very, very high ROI hours. Basically like the easiest 7 to 10 days of the year to be an Amazon seller right now. So make sure you're taking advantage of all that. And yeah, very fun times. Let me know what questions you guys got over here on YouTube. I'm also over here on TikTok as well. So let me know what questions you guys got. We'll hang out here for 30 minutes or so. And yeah, be a good time. What up, Gianni? What up, D? You said first, and ironically, somebody beat you, so that's unfortunate there a little bit. But still, good to see you, D. What's up, Lindsay? How do you get ungated? Yeah, so if that's like the bottleneck for you right now, there's plenty of got a couple free videos you can dive into on ungating. Just grab a 10 units, whatever you're trying to get ungated in. That shouldn't really be the bottleneck for you. What up, Peyton? How you living? Yeah, I saw that, Coda. I don't really have any more news than you do, unfortunately. Hope you're able to get some of that sold. You can probably sell it to somebody you know for now. That's what I would do. Yeah, it seems like it was about 20% or so of sellers that got hit with some of that. It's just kind of weird how they rolled it out. Makes me think it could be unintentional. How do you find suppliers? Yeah, so I buy mostly stuff from just from big websites. So Target, Kohl's, Walgreens, that kind of thing, right? So don't really need to overthink that side of things. As far as like wholesale suppliers, you can always turn everything you're sourcing from like big online websites into, reaching out to the local companies that sell that brand in wholesale if you're trying to do a little bit of wholesale as well. Sweet. What up, Christian? Good to see you, man. How's everything going for you? I know we chatted the other night. You're in Canada. Should you sell to the US? Yeah, I would. There's a lot of not a lot, but there's a couple smart sellers who I know are they'll like drive across the border to the US or vice versa if you're close. And there's some stuff that sells really well in the US that you can get in Canada and the other way around there as well. The US market's a lot bigger. So if you're like way out in the middle of Canada, I would probably just get a prep center in the US and ship stuff that way. What category are you looking into? So this time of year, basically anything that is giftable is going to be good. So I'll do a lot of clothes, shoes, chocolates, makeup, anything like that, right? Toys especially. Anything that people might give as gifts. So even like kitchen stuff can be really good this time of year, right? Tools can be good. People give a lot of tools as Christmas presents. Think about anything you've ever seen under a Christmas tree. That's going to be stuff that's selling faster this time of year. Apply to your account, working on some other stuff. Sweet. Yeah. Keep it rolling there, Christian. Sweet. How do you start? Yeah. So, if you're looking for like just kind of the quick free A to Z guide, if you're over here on TikTok up here, I have a YouTube channel that has, basically everything you need to learn for free. I'm also over here live on YouTube as well. So yeah, you can check that out. I have a full free course you can start with. It's about a couple hours of content. It's free Discord, that kind of thing. Yeah. Let's see. When you're getting started in retail arbitrage as a new seller, everything is locked. Yeah. So when you first start selling products, you do have to get ungated. So like get approved to sell those brands. That's actually a good thing though. In the long run, you wouldn't want to sell on a platform that requires that just like lets anyone sell anything that's like made up, right? That happened a couple years ago where a bunch of people were selling like fake Nikes and shoes and that kind of stuff on Amazon. And it led the prices to drop massively because they were paying pennies for it because it was fake. And then people who were selling real stuff couldn't actually compete. So you want that to be the case. As far as getting ungated, you just get like 10 units from any like online retailer and submit that invoice to Amazon there. Try to reverse source, can't find anything. So yeah, so if you're digging in on that already, look and see what's on sale already today, and then specifically look at the stores of people who sell those products, right? And so like today is the the next 7 to 10 days are going to be the easiest time of the whole year to actually source products, just because Black Friday sales, Cyber Monday sales, all that kind of stuff. Typically, the last couple Black Friday, Cyber Mondays, I've spent over $100,000 on product, just because there's basically like infinite products sitting on the digital shelves, that kind of thing. Yeah, if you guys, especially if you're newer over here on TikTok, we're doing a free live class on Monday night as well. Show you how to like take full advantage of Black Friday and stuff. You can check that out up in the bio. Yeah, Lindsay, I'm answering questions as fast as I can here. Just let me know what I can help out with. Find reverse sourcing tends to be easier with smaller stores because they're starting out like me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for reverse sourcing, pop open the SellerAmp, look at people who are selling anywhere from like 5 to like 200 or so feedback. So I tend to find the easiest reverse sourcing, I'd say. You sell 0.00 million a year on Amazon. How do you change that? Yeah, I like that. The easiest way to just get rolling is just selling name brand stuff, right? So you can go on YouTube, just search like Fields of Profit free course. You can kind of see how I like to do everything. But the easiest way is go hit a retail store like right now. You whip out like the SellerAmp app, scan anything on the shelf. It'll show you like what sells, what the profit is, that kind of thing. In fact, I might go hit one just for the love of the game here after stream. Yeah, as far as online, just look at like clearances, dig into storefronts, that kind of thing. Top Black Friday websites. Anything that has a sale going on, yeah. Anything that's got a sale going on. Yeah. How many sellers would be too many on a product? So it's not necessarily about like how many sellers is too many. It's more about like trends. That's what I more like to look at. So this product, let's say it has 2 sellers or 5 sellers usually, and it shoots up to 50. It's probably going to lower in price pretty quick, right? Just kind of, it's not used to having that much supply. If it is a product that has usually 30 sellers and it goes up to 40, then it might not be too big of a deal, right? It's more about like what percentage of the average supply is changing. That's kind of what I like to look at, if that makes sense. But yeah, some listings can be really good with like 50 sellers on it. Some are not, obviously. So it just kind of depends on the listing, how fast it sells, that kind of thing. How can you send it different SKUs in one box using Boxum? Yeah, so Boxum will make all the shipments and stuff really simple for you, Fabrizio. So on the last step, so step 1, you just tell Boxum everything you're trying to send into Amazon, that kind of thing. Somebody put something up there. Cool. Appreciate that. What's up, Lorenzo? Good to see you again. Yeah, as far as like Boxum shipments, you'll just list everything. And then when it says like, hey, we want these items at this warehouse, we want these items at a different warehouse, it'll be pretty simple as far as, telling Boxum, I'm going to put 5 units of this in a box 1. I'll put 10 units of this in box 1. And if you want to see all that in action, just look up like Boxum tutorial for Fabrizio. You'll see all of that. Sweet. Yeah, you guys are rolling with some good questions today. Hope you guys are having a good Friday. I guess next Friday will be a very fun one to Black Friday and that kind of stuff. A lot of the sales are already ripping because I think since Black Friday is so late this year, a lot of those companies wanted to keep making their money at like the same date ish. So it seems like we're probably just going to get the sales for longer this year, which is nice. Let's see. A lot of items on SellerAmp show you have to buy certain items at a crazy discount. Yeah, Scarlett. So a lot of those, they just might not be profitable. Or let's say you have to buy, a ton of them from like a big, distributor, buy it directly from the brand, that kind of thing. If it's like, if you're looking at SellerAmp, just like the max cost is just like way lower than what you can get it at, then just keep rolling. It's like a small percentage of the items that you look at will be good. So like selling on Amazon is a game of making products profitable, not finding them profitable. So what coupons can I stack? What cashback? What discounts? That kind of thing. And then also it's a game of figuring out what things you can look at an item that disqualifies it really, really quickly. So you can keep looking on to the next items, right? So like a really obvious one for me when I'm looking through like storefronts and stuff is if I see that the price has kind of been consistently trickling its way down, it's probably not quite profitable anymore. And I usually don't really dive into it. Versus if it's been like more stable or even like the price has been going up recently, I'll kind of look closer into it because it just tends to be more likely that I'm finding something interesting. Yeah. Sweet. Got a bunch of guys over here on TikTok. Good to see you guys. If you want to hit the like and that kind of thing, that helps the stream. Then if you guys are curious, like kind of how to get the full like step-by-step tutorial on everything, up here in the bio, you can check out. I have a full free course for you guys. And then we're doing a free masterclass on Monday night. With Black Friday coming up, it's going to be a great time. We're showing you some stuff that I've used. Basically, every Black Friday, I make 10 to $20,000 in profit just on the sourcing capability. So I want to show you guys a lot of that kind of stuff on Monday. If you've been to one of the classes before, it'll be a little bit different as well. So see you there. Nice. You got some networking going on as well. I love it. How many ASINs to make 10K a month profit? So it's not necessarily it's not like an ASIN count thing. It's more like it's like down to how much you're spending. So the average ROI for products that you're buying is about 30% for doing online arbitrage at least. And so if you want to make 10K a month, then you're spending at least 30K a month, right? It's kind of the simple math behind it. And then realistically, not every single item you sell is going to sell exactly when you think it is. So it's probably closer to 40 or 45. And then maybe it takes a couple of extra weeks, an extra month to sell the rest of that, if that makes sense, basically. You shipping pallets? I do occasionally. My prep center does most of the shipping, and they tend to just do small parcel, just because it's easier to get stuff out faster. And with pallets, the check-in times are really, really slow, like up to 2 months. But with small parcel, you can use just like labels like this, and with Boxem, I'm able to put like these 2D barcodes on it, and then that helps it check in even faster. So it's not usually worth the shipping savings, at least for my business, for how much slower I start making money on those items. How long did it take you to start doing big numbers? How much you working on these days? Yeah, Gianni. So my first year on Amazon, I started with like little over $1,000. So that was only, it was like $100,000 by the end of the year in sales. It was about $30,000 in profit, because I was doing like used books and like selling really cheap stuff on Amazon. It took me a little over 2 years to get to my first million. And then, this most recent year, I'm shooting for about 2.5, maybe get a little closer to 3 million this year, but conservatively, I'll be at 2.5. And really, the biggest thing that makes the difference between like the small seller, at least for me and lots of other of kind of my friends who sell on Amazon, is confidence. So when you first start, you're test buying everything, right? You're going in. It's like, I don't really know how much it's going to sell. I'll buy 5 or 10 of these, see how it goes. And by the time you're able to restock, maybe that sale is gone, or the opportunity is gone. Maybe whatever, just the opportunity dries up when you're not able to buy that as much as you're confident to buy. After you've got a little bit of experience, and maybe you can talk to some other Amazon sellers, get some second opinions with, make some Amazon seller friends, that kind of thing. It just gets a lot easier to buy a whole bunch at once. It's kind of like the mental hurdle of being okay with dropping like like $10,000 on just like random stuff that you see is it's like a hard one to get over for some people. I know it was for me. Like, just it's kind of a weird mental adjustment. What items you selling now? Anything that is giftable for the Christmas season. So think anything from toys, shoes, clothes, makeup, chocolates, all that kind of stuff, right? Anything that people are buying a lot of during the holidays. Got some tools thrown in there, even some like auto parts, that kind of stuff. Think about boring products that people are always going to need, right? Another good one, like if you're worried about, like economic times going rough, that kind of thing, right? Like pets is always really good, right? Because people always spend a ton of money on their pets, even when they're broke, right? So that's a good category. I've been breaking into a good amount as well. How do you get wholesalers to sell to you, when you don't have a brick and mortar? So you can partner if you have any friends or local business connections that have a brick and mortar. I've done that before. Like I met somebody and networked with somebody who owned a gym, and so we were able to like work together to wholesale like a health brand through their gym basically, and I was just basically selling it all on Amazon. If they require you to have a brick and mortar, it's just not going to work if you don't have a brick and mortar. You can keep moving on. As far as like wholesale goes, look at local suppliers. That tends to be kind of the low hanging fruit. Yeah. Did you do it with credit cards? Were you reinvesting? Yeah, Gianni, I think I've been over leveraged like once ever. Just because like business in general, Amazon, all that kind of stuff is risky, right? There's risk involved in, being able to make all of the money that you're working for. And so for me, I was never really confident or like comfortable spending more money than I had. I did it like one time for a Q4. But since then, yeah, I was just taking that, the $1,500 I started with. Next month you got 2,000. Next month you got 3,000, so on, right? That'd be a little bit dramatic, but it's basically how it worked. Yeah. Sweet. Yeah, if you guys have joined up recently on TikTok as well, I got a free course up in my bio, as well as a free live class we're hosting on Monday. With Black Friday around the corner, it'll be a really, really good time. Pretty much the best time of year to sell on Amazon right now. How many products should you start with to add to your store? As many as you can find. Yeah. In the early days, you want to buy as many different products as possible, so that you can learn a bunch of lessons, learn cheap, kind of have cheap mistakes rather than, betting the farm on something that maybe wasn't a good idea in the early days. It's natural. You're going to make some mistakes. You're going to lose a little bit of money here. You're going to make a lot of money here, that kind of thing. So make as many, learn as many lessons as possible by buying, 5 units here, 10 units here. And then once you kind of build up that confidence, you're looking directly at the item. You kind of, I roughly know how fast this is going to sell. I'm confident the price will stay good. Then that's where you just start kind of buying deep, right? But in the early days, buy as many different things as you can, and go a little bit shallow on how much you buy. How do you decide prices for profit? So when you're looking for products, it's generally, you're just going to be selling at the buy box. So like when you shop on Amazon, the button that says add to cart, that button is actually rotating between like people like you and I who are listed on that product, as long as they've got the same price and generally like the same shipping speed as the other sellers on the listing. So generally you're just priced there. And then yeah, for me, I want to make like at least a 30% ROI usually. Yeah. How long did it take for you to leave 9 to 5? So I've actually never needed a 9 to 5 job, because I started selling on Amazon in college. And then by the time I graduated college, I was already making 6 figures profit. So I've just been selling on Amazon since I was like 18. Yeah, I was 18 when I started. Now I'm 24. Been doing it full time since then. Yeah. Is there enough time to send inventory to Amazon for Christmas profit? So it's a little late to send FBA shipments. You could try. I might still send a little bit, but I wouldn't send anything that's very like giftable, right? So the toys and like that kind of stuff that's super Christmas centric, in terms of like the price will go higher, it'll sell way faster. I would start FBMing all that. So it'll just be at your house. Rent a storage unit for a month, whatever you got to do if you don't have any space at home. And then when the orders sell, you'll ship it directly to the customers. And that's also good, just full year round as well, because sometimes there'll be listings that have maybe a 2-pack and a 3-pack, or in like 2 different listings for the 1-pack, that kind of thing. And if you have FBM inventory where it's like all in-house, you can just move it between those listings, versus FBA, you're committed to a certain listing. So there's a lot of like flexibility in doing FBM as well. Trying to get your kids to sell on Amazon, watching your results closely. That's awesome. Yeah. Lots of good family businesses built out of selling on Amazon. Yeah, my little sister's been helping me out for a while. We were just chatting about some Amazon stuff actually. How did you scale shipping? Did you hire someone to manage it? Yeah. So if you're doing a lot of like FBA shipments, or even like FBM, if you got a lot of stuff at home, you probably got a family friend or family member that wants to make a little bit of money, that kind of thing, throwing stuff in boxes. For scaling like FBA, get a prep center. So like I work with a company in Montana, and I ship everything to them, at least especially outside of like Q4, where it doesn't really matter if I get those sales quick. I'll ship it to them, and then they'll sticker everything, box it all up. They'll use Boxem, Boxem. That's the software you'll use to like make FBA shipments and track the profit, all that kind of stuff. And they'll use that software for me. So that I kind of know what's going on. I see how much profit I'm making, and then they'll ship those products to Amazon using Boxem there. Sweet. Sent in some units, realized you put it under the wrong ASIN. Oh yeah, you probably want to place a removal order on that. Yeah, probably gonna have to go removal order there. Just because unfortunately there's no way to shift items between different listings once it's already at Amazon FBA. When did you start getting business credit cards? Not too long in. I should have done it sooner too. It was easier than I expected it to be. If you need like a good first business credit card, like the Amex Business Blue will approve anyone. Like I've known people who got their LLC in the morning, and then that afternoon Amex approved them for a Business Blue card. If you're trying to like just kind of get proof that your business deserves to have a credit card and stuff, so that you can get like later down the line, like the Capital One Spark for good cash back rates, or like the Amex Plum is also good. You can get 60-day payback period versus 30. So you can kind of have longer to pay back those cards, which is great for cash flow, obviously. Is Boxum good for FBM? Yeah, absolutely. So you can list all your products with FBM, like set the shipping templates, that kind of thing. And then yeah, as long if you're listing it all through Boxum and stuff, it also tracks your profit and stuff correctly. Yeah. Do you have a step-by-step course? Yeah. So you can check out. I have a free one for you. If you just go up in the bio, if you're over here on TikTok, there's a free course. The Amazon Launchpad is the free course. Or you can also just go on YouTube, Fields of Profit. Look up Fields of Profit free course. It was like 90 minutes, basically everything you need to know. Got it all in there for you for free. Did you create an LLC early on? I didn't personally, just because I was a broke college kid. Like I didn't really have any like personal assets to protect or anything like that. I did after a little bit. Yeah, if you have like a house or something, I would again talk to a CPA or a lawyer on that kind of thing though. Sweet. You getting ready to start about 15 brands before you get started. I would just sell stuff, Gianni. If you're talking about like trying to get ungated and a bunch of stuff before you sell, I would just prioritize making sales. Once you like whenever you buy something profitably, just use that as your ungating invoice. Don't worry about like ungating and then sourcing something in that brand. Otherwise, you probably break even or lose a little bit of money. Have you thought about expanding beyond Amazon? Yeah, Stacy. So I sell a little bit on Walmart. Sell a lot of like the returns and stuff on other marketplaces, and then you shouldn't just be an Amazon seller. Like I sit on here and give you guys basically the entire game for free because I like seeing you guys win, but also selfishly I own the best softwares to sell on Amazon, right? So the better I am at keeping you good at selling on Amazon for as long as possible, the more money we both make, right? So you keep using the software that's really good, and you keep making money on Amazon, right? So it's kind of that's like the selfish motivation behind making videos and stuff. But it's also fun just to see thousands of people been making money for several years now. Been making videos and stuff. Any tips on speeding up SellerAmp in Chrome? So just update your SellerAmp. We just pushed a huge update that makes it way faster. Go like the Chrome store and update. You'll probably see a big difference. Mine hasn't really been loading at all recently. Yeah, it's just been really cool. Let's see. Yeah, we'll see if that actually does anything, Jazz. If it does, then everything gets more expensive, and then prices have been going up, right? So and everyone's margins have stayed roughly the same. Everything just adjusts, right? If it raises prices on everything, then it's fine. We'll keep making the same amount of money. It just gets passed on to the average American. Minimum dollar amount you'd recommend for someone to have to begin, like $1,000 or so. I started with $1,000 personally. That was in 2018. If you have less than that, just kind of like thrift items. Like early days, I was selling a lot of like used books. So I'd like go out to thrift stores and buy stuff for $1, like literally $1, right? $2 on the thrift store shelves, and you sell it for 10, 20. Sometimes you find textbooks and that kind of thing. If you are like super broke. And then once you have like, $1,000 to $3,000 and you want to start selling name brand stuff, go hit your local like discount stores, Ross, Marshalls, like an outlet store, that kind of thing. Or just hit like clearance sections online. And if you guys are curious on how to get started, just check out like the free course I have. It'll be up here in the bio. And if you guys are over on YouTube, just look at like Fields of Profit free course. And then lots of good free resources for you guys down below as well. Do you have a database version? Not at the moment. Yeah, not at the moment. So I buy everything in the US, Jazz, because I sell all just name brand stuff, right? So mostly just buying from big retail websites and flipping that on Amazon. A little bit of wholesale, but mostly just buying from some of the biggest websites out there. And especially since Black Friday is going on. Basically it started, several days ago. It'll probably keep going through through Cyber Monday. Basically everything is super cheap and pretty profitable right now. It's like if you're ever going to get started on Amazon, this week is probably the easiest week of the entire year to get started. Not right now, Gianni. Not right now. I'm just focused on helping as many people as possible, building good software, that kind of thing. I started selling used books. Turns out a lot of them are gated. It's probably like textbooks or something like that. if that is the case. How do you get started? Do a Zoom class? Yeah, Alma. So I got you, right? So up here in the bio, you can check out, we're doing a free live class on Monday night. So you can get registered for that. We're diving into like a lot of like Black Friday sales, showing you how to source everything. The whole 0 to 10K, if not more. We'll show you guys there. Plus some stuff that we don't usually share on like YouTube for free. We really share a bunch of value on the live Zoom classes because those of you guys who are there are clearly like taking this stuff seriously. So we spit a lot of game on those calls. Tried selling a private label product, spent a lot, didn't sell very well. Yeah, that's kind of the problem with private label. With private label, you probably spend $5,000-$10,000 to test if an idea works. Private label is awesome. It's a great business, but I like having a little bit of cash flow first. And so like I like building that cash flow first, and then you can always create new products with like some money that you're reselling stuff. The class is free. Yeah, so it's a free live class on Monday night. You guys can check it out up in the bio. If you're on YouTube, it's in the description as well. If you guys on YouTube have been on one before, got a little bit of rework stuff going on, some new stuff as well. So make sure you guys are hopping on there. Do products on Amazon get heavily discounted during Black Friday? So the products that we sell, typically not, just because like there's no reason to. Like private label products where they own the brand and they're trying to like gain lifetime customers, that kind of thing. There probably are going to be some sales, but you don't really need to like run sales for Black Friday. A lot of times, like some of the most profitable days of the year will be during Black Friday for me because all the sales bring people to Amazon, and then I keep everything at the same price. And then, obviously more people on the website and the same prices mean you make more profit than normal, right? Last Black Friday is like I sold like $28,000 or something like that in one day. That was pretty fun. That was pretty fun for sure. Let's see. Start with $1,000, grow it. Yeah, exactly, Wiz. So if you have $1,000, I sold like books and stuff for a while. You can also just sell stuff from like discount stores. So like pull out the SellerAmp app and just start scanning stuff at like Ross, Marshalls, that kind of thing. It's a good way to get like hands-on experience. It's like a real life treasure hunt. It's pretty fun to do it that way. You're not going to scale to millions a year scanning stuff in stores, but it's the easiest way to make that first $1,000, that kind of thing. I do not, Gianni. Nope. If you want to invest in something, we have the FBA Roadmap, which kind of has everything when you do like weekly calls and stuff. But I don't do any mentorship or anything like that right now. Do you recommend Amazon arbitrage as a starter, or would wholesale be good as well? Yeah, so wholesale is a good business idea, but just because like to get in the door and like place orders, a lot of times there's MOQs, like minimum order quantities, where they're going to want a pretty decently high amount of money that you're going to spend with them to even get in the door. And if you're brand new, you're naturally going to make some mistakes. You're going to buy some items that look good at first glance and end up not being so good after all. And it's just kind of natural, right? You're going to make a couple mistakes. And if you make those mistakes in wholesale, they're going to be way more expensive. Not that wholesale isn't a good business, and you can definitely get started in wholesale. But doing arbitrage in the early days, you're going to kind of just use your money more efficiently, basically. Because you can test order 5 units versus with wholesale, you're buying 50, 100, 1,000 units, that kind of thing, right? But absolutely do both. A lot of people will be like, this is the only way to make money online, or the only way to sell on Amazon, that kind of thing. And everything else is a scam, right? Like everything works, right? It's just kind of like what can you see yourself sticking with for a while that's actually working for you. How much do you need to invest to get started? At least $1,000, I'd say. If you have less, then go hit the thrift store, sell some stuff on Facebook Marketplace, whatever you got to do there. Let's see, make sure I didn't miss any questions here. Nice. Yeah, so keep firing on questions. Keep going live here and for a few minutes at least. So some stuff that was getting like regated, a lot of those products, no new sellers have been able to sell those brands for 7 or 8 months now. And there's still been lots of people coming to Amazon and making a lot of money selling. Is selling on Amazon harder than it was 6 years ago? Sure, I would say so. But I do think it's still the best way to make some money online right now. It's still very much worth it. Just kind of keep that in mind. Got some people that have been seeing recently. No, none of the like hard, none of the brands that are like gated, no new sellers can sell. One of our recent guys I've been talking to, he did like 100 grand in his first 40 days selling only brands that you right now could also sell, right? So, yeah, there's always a way if you're willing to work for it. Sweet. Hello from France. What's up? Trying FBA too. Yeah, do it. There's lots of good opportunities. Especially this also goes for any of you guys who might be like international or you got experience with, any other countries, that kind of thing. You probably might know, there's certain, certain snacks or certain brands that are really hard to get your hands on in the US, and you can like import those into the US. So you can like call a wholesaler of that brand. I've done that before with like some Australian products. You can kind of charge a big premium because you're, importing and doing a service for a lot of people that can't typically get it in the US there. Do you keep inventory back when buying large amounts? Not typically. Usually I'll just send it all to Amazon unless I have to buy a whole bunch of something at once. But yeah, usually if I'm buying a bunch of something, I'm going to be able to sell it all within the next at least couple months. Sweet. Is getting business cards the only way to maximize a business? No. So I've only like really taken advantage of credit cards once ever. Beyond that, I've only ever spent how much money I actually can cover immediately, just because I don't want to be super risky. Helps me sleep at night, that kind of thing, knowing that I can always afford the credit card bill. So yeah, you can always just reinvest all of the money and keep growing the snowball. Basically, that's how I did it. And then you get to the point eventually where you're making whatever you're happy with, right? 5K a month, 10K a month, 20K a month, and you can pull a salary from that, and the business can keep growing even though you're still paying yourself, right? So that's kind of the goal in the long run there. Amazon telling you that the prices are too high. Yeah. For some reason, like a lot of the emails from Amazon, you can just generally kind of ignore. Amazon wants customers to have good deals, and they want a lot of sales happening on Amazon, right? You want profit, so there's a little bit of like a misalignment of incentives there. But whenever Amazon's telling you your price is too high, as long as you're actually still selling the items, then don't lower it. You might as well. You need all the profit you can get. How can you get distributors? Start locally, Remy. And if you've never sold on anything on Amazon before, then start working with or just start buying from like retail websites. It's kind of the easy way to get started. But if you have a little bit of experience, then start locally. Like what brand you like to sell or what niche you like to sell, distributor your city, and then that brand, distributor your state, right? And then just kind of go out from there. Just because typically what's going to be the cheapest to make the most sense is the supplier that has the cheapest shipping to you and also has like some good connections with whoever they're buying from. Ace never had a sale. You're going to be the only distributor. Should you promote it besides just listing? That's interesting, Orlando. There's probably no reason to run a sale unless you want to be selling it way faster. If you're happy with the profit and the margin on that, then you can go for it. If you're confident that you're going to be the only person on it for a while, you could also test different price points, especially if you can restock it as much as you want. That's definitely an interesting one, right? Because maybe you lower the price by $5, but with the amount that sales go up, you make more profit every month, and you can just keep restocking. Or you lower it and it doesn't sell that much faster, so you raise it back up, and you make more profit per month that way. Yeah, it's a lot of testing involved with selling on Amazon. So do you have a video on starting? Yeah, Jojo. So up in the bio here, you can check out my YouTube channel. I've got a free course. So just search like Fields of Profit free course. And then also, all you guys on YouTube and TikTok, make sure you're registered for the free masterclass on Monday night. We're going over like a bunch of Black Friday sourcing information, a lot of like sourcing stuff that we don't usually share on YouTube, just so it's kind of extra valuable for you guys who show up and hang out with us live. Sweet. I'll see you there, Jojo. Nice. Yeah, it's not. So I don't. Yeah. So I sell 2.5 a year. I don't make that, of course. That's revenue, right? So I shoot for about 10% profit because I have VAs that find all the products for me and buy it for me. I also have a prep center that receives all the product and ships it. So really, I'm just kind of overseeing things and taking the risk of buying a bunch of products, but I'm not actually doing much of the work. Amazon sellers who are doing most of the work are probably running closer to like 15 to 20% profit margins. But just because I've got most of the business kind of outsourced, that kind of thing. And I'm super happy with that, right? If you'd rather work hard and make more money, then that's all you, right? That's why I like just kind of Amazon online business in general, right? You do what feels right for you. If you want to work 24/7 and make a bunch of money, go for it. If you want to work an hour a week and turn Amazon into a side hustle and make a couple $100, $1,000 a month, you can do that too. It's whatever works for you. Don't let anyone else make you feel like a failure because you're not hitting their goals, right? You see it all over social media where it's like somebody doing, there's sales numbers right here, right? There's sales numbers where people are doing like, 100 million a year, that kind of thing, right? If you're hitting numbers that you're happy with, then you're winning. That's like the big thing to remember. How do you get started, Ryan? Yes, you guys asking. So the short answer is sell name brand stuff that people already sell. You can buy it at like retail stores or online. I buy most of my stuff online. And up in the bio, there's a full free course you can start with. So search Fields of Profit free course on YouTube. Then we've also got a live masterclass going down on Monday night as well. Retail store canceled your order due to resale policy. So if you ever get order cancels, try checking out with PayPal. That tends to help me with order cancels. And then you can also check out with, you should be doing this anyway, but buy discounted gift cards from like Card Bear or like GCX is the website. And you can buy gift cards for, $100 gift card for $90 kind of thing. And then a lot of times if you use gift cards, it helps you avoid those order cancels. Because a lot of times when they cancel your orders, they think it's just you're like doing fraud or something like that. They think you're trying to pull a fast when you got like it is weird if you go on there and you buy like 100 of something, right? But if you do it with gift cards, it tends to look more legitimate to them because that's cash in the bank immediately for them. Sweet. What up, Dan? Saw you hopped in here. Hope things are good for you lately. Do you source from overseas? Not really. I buy most of my stuff in the US just from big websites, that kind of thing. Are you much of a supercar guy? Not really. I'd rather work really hard for as long as it takes to just make work optional, right? You can work really hard to have a lot of nice things and keep working hard, or you can work hard to make not that you'd ever want to stop working really young, that kind of thing, but just make work optional. Hang out with friends and family, that kind of thing. Prioritize the things that actually make humans happy that aren't dollar bills and cars. Those tend to be a little bit fleeting. What websites do you buy your items from? So anything from like Walgreens, Kohl's, Walmart, Target, anything like that, right? I'm not sure if it's up top, but if you look up like Fields of Profit supplier list, definitely in like some of my YouTube videos below, I have a full list of like 100 websites that I've bought from and sold about $4 million from those websites that are on the list. Should make that easier for you guys to find here. At what point did you hire a VA? So yeah, for me, Kim, it was, I was doing like 30K a month in revenue. And at that point it was just like I was full-time in school too. So it was one of those things where I was making decent money. I was really busy. I knew how to spend more money and I had plenty of money sitting on the sidelines. So I knew exactly how to help, show someone how they can source products for me. And then I hired them, right? A lot of people make the mistake, like they don't quite know how to source products and they just hire somebody right away to try to do it for them. You're not really going to know how to train them and like, it's probably just not going to be an effective relationship. For me, it was like, 30K a month or so in revenue. Do you use SellerAmp? Of course I use SellerAmp. I actually own part of the company. So yeah, definitely a fan of SellerAmp there. Instead of start with which video you. So yeah, if you guys are looking for any basically the free starter guide, just search Fields of Profit free course on YouTube. It's a 90-minute YouTube video. I show you like all the starting points. And then just go practice the skills I show in that video. You'll kind of see what's going on there. I didn't see your question there, Tony. Feel free to ask it again there. No, you don't need that. So you use Boxum instead, Jack. It's better, faster, and cheaper as well. Yeah. That software is actually starting to copy some Boxum features. So if you want to be ahead of the curve, you just go ahead and use Boxum. Let's see. Trying to get me to leak some secrets here, SR. We got lots of fun stuff in the works. Don't you worry. You guys are gonna like what's coming soon. You have $500 to start FBA. What should you do? Save it. Yeah. So if you have like $500, I would go hit like your local thrift store, discount store, that kind of thing, right? Buy the old used books. I also had a lot of success when I was getting started, when I was broke, with like VCR players and DVD players, surprisingly, just because like you can't get those really anywhere else. I was buying them for like, $4 to $10 at Goodwill and then selling them for, 80 to $120, which sounds insane, but just like build up that capital in the early days, just like getting creative, and you can turn that into some fun stuff later down the line. You have $5K worth. That is very specific, Jason. You have some olive oil. You can get it sell cheaper. So if it's like a name brand that people already buy, Jason, then look in. See if you can look at the Amazon listings on that. See if you can like look at the data on that product. Maybe it says how fast it already sells on Amazon, that kind of thing. How'd you develop it? So I did not develop the software. I'm that is above my pay grade. But yeah, definitely part of the team though. Yeah, so you probably signed up for an annual plan, Jalen. You can hit support on that if you want to switch it to monthly. But you can sign up for annual or monthly there. Net margin. Yeah, so I shoot for about 10% net margin. Sellers who do a lot more of the work themselves might be closer to 15, 20%. But yeah, I have a team that finds the products and buys them. I have a team that ships it all for me. And obviously that costs money, so it lowers my margins, but it makes my per hour pay, if you want to look at it like that, a lot higher. Appreciate what you do for the community. Dedication means a lot on a Friday. I got you, William. Good to see you in here again. You've been hopping onto a lot of the streams. Good to see you, William. What are sales looking like for you, William? I know I've seen you a couple times. I didn't not remember where you're at on the journey so far. You guys are rolling here. I like it. Got a bunch of you guys over here on TikTok as well. So if you guys are rolling in on TikTok and you want to learn how to do Amazon for free, up in the bio, we're doing a free class on Monday. And then on YouTube, you can search like Fields of Profit free course. And I got a 90-minute long video that walks you through the whole thing for you. Yeah. Suggestions for finding a warehouse to receive and prep the things you buy. Yeah. So you're looking for a prep center there, John. Just start on Google. So look like Prep Center, Delaware, Prep Center, Oregon, and specifically like states like that, because there's no state sales tax there. So you save money on every purchase if you're shipping to one of those states. I'm not sure if you're in the roadmap, John, we have discounts for you and prep centers that we already work together with. So go through that channel if you are in the roadmap. Sweet. Surprisingly resource intensive YouTubepreneur, but we do have some fun ideas there. Definitely something in the works there, but it's based on the questions, you probably know a little bit about like how software works, but it's one of those things that's like surprisingly expensive to do. About halfway through. Okay, sweet. Yeah, John. So go to that channel and then you'll see there's 3 different prep centers that you can work with there, and they all have discounts for you to start get rolling there. And they're all sales tax free as well. So I would just start with one of those. Can you make good money doing OA? That's subjective, but yeah, you definitely make good money. Yeah, I had like $1,000 to my name before I started doing OA. Now it's a little bit more than $1,000. So I'm happy with how things have been going so far. You can also look on social media. You can see a lot of other online arbitrage sellers making money as well. Making money online in general is not easy. Keeping your 9-to-5 job is not easy. Getting rich is not easy, right? That's the thing you got to remember. So you have to choose your difficult. So whether it's selling on Amazon, whether it's starting an agency, whatever you like to do and whatever you can see yourself sticking with for a long time, that's what you should do. Just remember that nothing. If you ever see people talking about how like making money is passive and all that kind of stuff, right? Like it's it's very much not, right? Making money is hard. It's supposed to be. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah. It always sounded like fun to have one of those little YouTube plaques, but I didn't know it'd be possible. We're working on it. We're working on it. So yeah, if you guys are watching on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Help me get that shiny little YouTube plaque. Maybe I'll put it right there, something like that. ran into 100 units. So yeah, Alejandro, I've been just submitting 10 unit invoices on those. They've been working. I think the reps aren't like properly trained on it or something right now. Yeah, if it is like that, you can always just go a little deeper and buy something that's good. Yeah, I'll give you that. Yeah, dividend stocks, that is passive income. Yeah, unfortunately, you have to put a lot of money into it for it to be significant. But that's why you sell on Amazon. Fund something that is more passive. Buy the house that appreciates, buy some stocks with dividends, that kind of thing. Any advice on a low velocity product? I mean, you can test different price points and stuff. You can also try to like do FBM or really fast FBM shipping speeds. But if it doesn't sell, sometimes it just doesn't sell. But that's why, like, as far as like what I like to do, like selling name brand stuff, you know exactly how fast it's already going to sell. It's kind of like the benefit. So just make sure like you're looking at the data, like look at the SellerAmp, show that it has nice sales on it, that kind of thing. Amazon's the opposite of yeah, exactly. Amazon is not passive income. If anyone's telling you that, then you should run very far away. If you want to work hard, actively making income, then it's a good way to do it. But yeah, very much not passive income. Those always crack me up when I see that out there. Yeah, it's like, so you found a product and you bought the product and you shipped the product and you're calling this passive somehow. Yeah, like those the Lamborghini driving Amazon types crack me up. Do you prefer wholesale or online arbitrage? So I do mostly online arbitrage. Lots of ways to sell on Amazon are good ways to sell on Amazon. It's just kind of what clicks for you personally. Yeah, just whatever clicks for you. Like I really like doing OA. I did not like I've done a little bit of wholesale, but I don't like hopping on sales calls and all that kind of stuff all the time. Some of my friends love that and they're really good at it. Just kind of whatever you like to do. Thought you were saying, yeah, no. You work 60 hours a week. Yeah, I'm somewhere around there with you. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta work hard to make good money. That's what it takes. How much you selling exclusive? Is that all on Amazon? Don't know if I've seen you on here before. Got good vibes. How much do you need to start? Like $1,000 at least. If you're doing online arbitrage, probably a couple thousand. If you're in wholesale, like at least 5,000 to 10,000. Yeah. They tried that like 2 or 3 years ago too, Alejandro, and then it like changed back. So I'm not sure if it's like permanent, but I just been ripping the 10 units there. Is FBM worth it this time of Q4 or FBA worth it? So it's like probably a little late to do FBA, Carson. You can do some FBA. I'll still be doing a little bit on stuff that isn't like super giftable. Yeah, if you have stuff that's like, very much like Christmas gift type products, I would FBM it all from here. They hit you with low stock fees on listings with 0 items. So yeah, SR, I thought those were going to be a much bigger problem when they rolled those out. But I've paid, I want to say like less than $1,000 ever since they rolled it out on well over $1 million in sales. The only way you pay it is if you have sold 20 or more of that item in the last week, like consistently. There's also some other conditions on it. I definitely thought it was going to be bigger a problem. To be honest, I don't really even think about it anymore. It's just kind of one of those things that gradually has already raised prices on Amazon, that kind of thing. Would you consider a winning product? Yeah, I mean, like basic stats, like 30% ROI, $3 profit, sells like 30 times a month, at least. Yeah, I mean, there's some other criteria they go into. I'm not sure if it's below. There could be the sourcing checklist down below. If not, it's on some of my YouTube videos as well. I do not see your question, DB. Yeah, so let me know what question you got, man, before you get all before you get sassy with me. I sold $150 last week. Incoming costs will kill that. Yeah, so you probably like the $150 probably offset like the shipping of all the other items that are still at Amazon, if I had to guess. And then also in the early days, you get paid every 2 weeks is how often you get paid. So you probably have like some of that stuff that is sold that'll get paid out in the next 2 week period. How many each product do you recommend buying? Start with like 10 units per product, and go from there. Just because you want to place test orders to kind of like figure out what's going on. In the early days, you're not really going to understand how to figure out how fast stuff sells. But the more you look at like Keepa charts, the more you look at like the SellerAmp data, the easier it's going to be to understand. And then that's kind of one of the big things that takes you from, like $5,000-$10,000 months to like much bigger months, is the confidence to buy, a full month or 2 months worth of stock just from looking at it initially. Yeah, I'm not sure. Super cool guy. They're both useful metrics. But if you see like seller counts fluctuating, then yeah, that's a good sign of sales as well, though. Just try 10 unit invoices, Tina. That's what I've been doing recently. I've been working. What do you do with failed products? So there's not really any failed products because you already know how fast stuff sells. The only reason why like something shouldn't sell is maybe like the listing goes down or something like that. And in that case, I'll sell it on like Walmart or something like that. Do you replenish inventory or find new products? Both. Yeah, both. And like the better you are at finding stuff that you've already sold before, you can kind of get the better systems you can have behind like restocking, the better Amazon site you're going to be long term. So make sure you're tracking like on like Google Sheets, and there's a cool tool. Some of you guys are going to take advantage of this. You can use Keep a Product Viewer, plug in all the old stuff that you've sold before, and you can filter down to like stats that you want to be true about items today. So that's like a little bit higher level, but a couple of you guys you sell on Amazon already, that's going to be pretty helpful. Yeah, I just didn't see your question, DB. I got you, man. Sell on Walmart. Yeah, sell on any platform you can. Yeah. Sell on any platform you can. Beginners should use a price adjuster. So once you have like a couple listings up, then yeah, I would use a price adjuster. Do you see me selling anything, Aladdin? Just hanging out, helping people, my friend. In fact, for the last 50 minutes, I've been telling people about free info they can go get. You got the wrong guy, my friend. Just signed up with the reprice. If you have a YouTube video. Yeah, Alejandro. Free. Yeah, go just look up Be Cool Fields of Profit. You can see all like the settings and stuff. Sweet. Stats you recommend for grocery. Yeah, so for grocery, I'll go to like 20 to 25% ROI. If it's like a really fast selling item. No, I didn't see your question again, DB. There's like maybe like the TikTok filter thinks you're like swearing or something. I'm not sure, man. I see lots of good questions, but last thing I see from you is it's an LOL there. That's weird. Sweet. You got a little bit of money. Should you go invest in a product, start making sales? Yeah, like always prioritize making money quick, right? Yeah, just prioritize making sales, prioritize like getting in the game, getting experience over like kind of arbitrarily like hoarding stuff up. How long have you been doing Amazon for? About 6 years. Yeah, I started September of 2018. So I guess what's that? I guess that's over 6 years now. Yeah. Yeah, I've been doing it full time for I guess like full time income wise for about 4 now. Yeah, 3 or 4 years. Sweet. Been ripping here for almost an hour. Might as well hit an hour at this point. I think the TikTok stream might die here in a second though. Phone's about to die, I think. Sweet. Yeah, and if you guys have been joining on TikTok recently and you want to see how to do all this kind of stuff for free, up here in the my bio, you can check out. I have a free class we're doing on Monday night. Lots of good info for you guys, and then you can also on YouTube look up Fields of Profit free course. It's like 90 minutes long. Yeah, it'll show you everything about using target ticket. Yeah, you can use target ticket on gated DB. I saw it that time. I don't know what's going on, man. Yeah, I don't think I have anything like filtered out or anything like that. Sweet. Trying to expand to tools. Yeah, go for it. That's a good call. Got turned down on DeWalt. Probably use Home Depot. Oh, interesting. I didn't realize Home Depot owns DeWalt. That's cool. I don't think that really has anything to do with it. Like, otherwise, they would like Amazon wouldn't let you use Walmart invoices if they were like getting really petty with it, right? Because Walmart's kind of like their biggest competition. But they do and that kind of thing. So I would just keep submitting on that. Haven't been buying away. What's up, Thomas? What else can you use? Any like as far as ungating goes, anytime I buy an item that I come across an item that I'm gated in, and I can find it profitably, as long as I can buy it from that retailer and put my business information on that invoice, that's what I use to ungate. So basically, anything you find profitably that you're gated in, just buy it and make sure the info matches your seller account, and then you can submit that. How do you start FBA? You got a 6-figure job in healthcare. You need out. It's training. Yeah, I feel that. So just start learning for free, Dev. Like up in the bio, you can. There's a free course you can learn from. There's also a free live class on Monday that we're hosting that'll be really helpful. Just learn for free. Test the water. Buy 5 units of this, 10 units of that, right? Like just kind of testing products, that kind of thing. You don't have to break the bank to see how it goes. Just go from there. But yeah, you just kind of got to learn the ropes. It's going to feel complicated at first. Just got to get that initial experience. Making that like first 10,000 or so in sales is the hard part. After that, it's, how do I just get more confident in buying more? How do I find similar opportunities to what I already sold? That kind of thing. All you get is a receipt. Yeah. So DB to get ungated, receipts are what you'll use. Sweet. Oh, TikTok's making me like solve a puzzle over here. Cool. I've never been on TikTok live long enough for it to make me like solve a puzzle. Thought I was like a robot or something. How to reduce shipping costs. So just get your boxes as close as possible to 48 pounds. Really like 50 pounds, but I go a little bit short just in case Amazon thinks it's over, and then you can get like a fine if your box is over 50 pounds. Can you teach from scratch? Yeah, Malik. Up in the bio, I got a full free course for you. Kind of a full guide for you. Even if you are a true beginner there. If you sell at a lower price than the brand, can they block you from selling the brand? If the brand is already selling that product, I probably wouldn't sell it, just because it shows they're like serious about kind of controlling that listing a little bit. You can lower prices, but I wouldn't sell products that the brands are on. Do you store everything at home? So I ship everything to a prep center. And then the prep center receives it all and ships it to Amazon for me. Well, I think I just invited one of you guys to join. I'm a boomer on TikTok, so don't accept that maybe. You did OA for a year, couldn't scale it. What was confusing about it? Like the hard part is kind of getting those first sales rolling in. And then after that, it's just, but like restocking that item, finding items that are similar on the same sale that you sourced, and then kind of rolling from there. As far as scaling, like I got stuck around 20 to 30K a month. That's pretty common for a lot of people to get stuck at 20 to 30K a month in sales. And then the biggest thing that gets you out is confidence to buy more, finding similar opportunities. And then a really big one that most people are like too scared to do is putting yourself out there and getting around other Amazon sellers who are similar to you. Because you can say, hey, I've been sourcing some products here. I've been dealing with this problem, that kind of thing, right? And they're going to say, hey, I've been sourcing products here. And they're going to help you solve that problem. When they have problems, you help them solve it. It's just more fun. Amazon's a team sport, right? Adding 1 or 2 more sellers to some of your favorite listings, and then you also get to join on some of their favorite listings. That's a net gain, right? It definitely does work, Thomas. That's I was literally doing that today. Was helping my team out a little bit. Made a few $100 profit in 30 minutes or so storefront stocking. Why are you not winning the buy box? You have stock and price near. It could be if you are FBM on a listing that's like very FBA centric. That'd be my guess. Check the buy box stats on that super cool guy, and you can see who's winning a lot of the sales. Yeah. Sweet. From China to you? No, so I don't buy anything from China. I buy it all from like American retail stores online and American wholesalers. I've never really had any issues with frivolous lawsuits, Dave. It's not super common. A lot of people, when they shop on Amazon, they think they're buying from Amazon. Do you have an automated store? So automated stores are a scam. If someone's trying to sell you that, they're usually doing something that's against TOS. They're going to take a bunch of money from you, and they'll make you money for a couple months, and then that store will get banned. As far as like actually automating your store correctly, I do have a lot of it as in terms of like people doing some of the sourcing work and a lot of the shipping work for me. But if you're looking like Amazon automation type stuff, that is a scam. So be careful there. Just got to take advantage of the opportunity while it's here, Jay. Yeah. Plus, you can always wholesale anything that goes wrong, sell it on different platforms, that kind of thing. Sweet. When you bought items listing, the people would flood listings. Yeah. So if you're buying things where a lot of people are hopping on the listings after, it's because the item was too easy to find. So you need to stack like coupons, cashback, discounted gift cards, limited time sales, all that kind of stuff, right? So if a bunch of people were also there, that item, like you just didn't have enough moats around the product, right? So it was like a little bit too easy to find at that price specifically. Yeah. How do you know your listing is up on Amazon? Yeah. So when you have products, you'll list them you can list them through Amazon. It's a lot easier. It's a lot faster to list them through Boxem. Boxem is the software that I use to make shipments, track numbers, make the listings, everything like that. And then once you've actually created that, you'll be able to see yourself on the Amazon listing. Yeah, for sure. YouTubepreneur. Yeah. Any of those softwares, they get flooded because they're like algorithmically way too easy to find. Sweet. Appreciate you, Gianni. Yeah. Doing my best, trying to help to make some money and help a lot of other people make money while I'm at it. Sweet. I'm probably gonna go ahead and wrap up here for the day though. You guys have been rolling here. I've been going for over an hour here. So if you guys are on TikTok and you joined recently, make sure you check out the free course up in my bio. If you guys are on YouTube or on TikTok, on Monday night, we're having a free live Amazon class as well. So on YouTube, I just dropped that in the chat. If you're on TikTok, that's up here in the bio. Get registered for that because we're going to show you a bunch of like awesome like product sourcing stuff, especially for Black Friday. It's going to be pretty cool just because there's so much opportunity during Black Friday. So we'll see you guys there on Monday night. Probably go live again on TikTok as well. But yeah, good to hang out with you guys. You guys have a good rest of your day here. And yeah,